Now, let me just wrap up by saying this. I know people are cynical whether we can do this or not. I know there will be disagreements about how to proceed in the days ahead. There's probably healthy debate within the AMA. That's good. I also know this. We can't let this moment pass us by. You know, the other day, a friend of mine, Congressman Earl Blumenauer, handed me a magazine with a special issue titled, "The Crisis in American Medicine." One article notes soaring charges. Another warns about the volume of utilization of services. Another asks if we can find a better way than fee-for-service for paying for medical care. It speaks to many of the challenges we face today. The thing is, this special issue was published by Harper's Magazine in October of 1960 before I was born. Members of the American Medical Association, and my fellow Americans. I'm here today because I don't want our children and their children to still be speaking of a crisis in American medicine 50 years from now. I don't want them to still be suffering from spiraling costs that we did not stem. Or sicknesses that we did not cure. I don't want them to be burdened with massive deficits we did not curb, or a worsening economy that we did not rebuild. I want them to benefit from a healthcare system that works for all of us. Where families can open a doctor's bill without dreading what's inside, where parents are talking to their kids and getting them to get regular checkups. And testing themselves for preventable ailments, where parents are feeding their kids healthier food and kids are exercising more. Where patients are spending more time with their doctors. And doctors can pull up on a computer all the medical information and latest research they'll ever want to know to meet patients' needs. Where orthopedists and nephrologists and oncologists are all working together to treat a single human being. Where what's best about America's healthcare system has become the hallmark of America's healthcare system. That's the healthcare system we can build. That's the future I'm convinced is within our reach. And if we're willing to come together and bring about that future, then we will not only make Americans healthier, we will not only unleash America's economic potential, but we will reaffirm the ideals that led you into this noble profession and will build a healthcare system that lets all Americans heal. Thank you very much, AMA. Appreciated, thank you. Barack Obama. Joint presser with Chancellor Angela Merkel. Delivered November 17, 2016, Berlin, Germany. Chancellor Merkel, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be able to welcome today for the sixth time the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, to Germany. In his capacity as President of the United States. Let us remind ourselves visiting us in his capacity as candidate here in Berlin, we then met in Baden-Baden. We then met in Dresden and Buchenwald. We saw each other when he gave a speech at the Brandenburg Gate. In Elmau, we met again at the G7. Then Hanover Fair comes to mind. And today he is again here in Berlin. So 8 years are coming to a close. This is the last visit of Barack Obama to our country, to Germany. I am very glad that he chose Germany as one of the stopovers on this trip. And thank you very much. Thank you for the friendship you've always demonstrated. Thank you for the reliable friendship and partnership you. Demonstrated in very difficult hours of our relationship. So let me again pay tribute to what we've been able to achieve. To what we discussed, to what we were able to bring about in difficult hours. It comes to mind, as I said, of those that had a bearing on the cooperation of our intelligence services. And I'm very grateful that Barack Obama, as president, very much put protection of privacy on the agenda today. Due to the fact of Islamist terrorism all over the world and the threat of IS. We recognize how important the cooperation with intelligence services, first and foremost, also with the services of the United States. Is. We need this cooperation. And we say this from a German perspective very clearly and unequivocally. Our bilateral relations are very good, they're very close. In the areas of business, of the economy. The United States of America last year were our most important trading partner. Both for Germany and the European Union, the European Union and the United States of America on the big important economic areas for us. Which is why I've always come out strongly in favor of concluding a trade agreement with the United States of America. We have made progress, quite a lot of progress. They cannot be stopped, those negotiations. But we'll keep what we have achieved so far. And I'm absolutely certain that one day we will come back to what we have achieved and build on it. Because that is my deep conviction. Globalization, and I think we share this conviction, is that globalization needs to be shaped. Politically. It needs to be given a human face. But we cannot allow to fall back into pre-globalization times. So this conclusion of trade agreements that go beyond the scope of mere tariff agreements, customs agreements. Are most important, and I'm very pleased that we were able to bring this to fruition between Canada and the EU. We made great progress, particularly if we look at one of the great global issues, namely, climate protection. Without the engagement of the current administration under the leadership of Barack Obama, this Paris Agreement would never have come about. There has been a change in the attitude in the United States towards that agreement. But there is also better cooperation with China. So last year, we were able to conclude a Paris Climate Agreement. Which will lead the way for the rest of the world, which is groundbreaking. And together with the Sustainable Development Goals of the Agenda 2030 for the whole world. This is indeed a sea change, I think, that we see here, and, step by step, it will be implemented. There's another point that I wanted to mention here, particularly, the engagement and commitment to Africa. For us Europeans, Africa as a neighboring continent is of prime importance. The development of African countries is in our very own vested interest. We, as Germans, but also we, as members of the European Union, will have to deal with this. It will be at the very top of our agenda. There are a lot of areas where we cooperate the fight against ISIL, for example. Here, Germany was able to contribute to a certain extent, in certain areas. We'll continue to do so. For example, in supporting the Peshmerga, in air policing. But we also have to acknowledge that the United States of America bear most of the burden. They bear the brunt of this responsibility. So I take your remarks very seriously, Barack, that the European Union as a whole but also Germany, needs to recognize that this is our alliance, our common alliance. Our transatlantic alliance, that we have to step up our engagement. Because, in the long run, we will not be allowed to accept this. Imbalance as regards the contributions we give to this alliance. And we have understood this message, and we have started to react. We have worked very closely together, for example, in Afghanistan. We're continuing to do so. I'm very pleased that this military engagement Together with the political roadmap that we've developed, we were able to continue. We want to bring about a political solution there. We work very closely together on the issue of annexation. Of Crimea and Russia's attempt to actually conquer Ukraine. And actually they did so, conquered part of the territory. We tried to come to a peaceful settlement here on this. So our interests are very much aligned. Our attempts of cooperation are very much aligned. We continue to build on what we've already achieved in these last months of the administration. And we will continue also with the new administration. This is the end of an 8-year cooperation that was very close, indeed. From a German point of view, German-American and European-American relations are a pillar of our foreign policy, a foreign policy that is obviously guided by interests. But that is very much also committed to shared values. So we have a platform. Democracy, freedom, respect of human rights that we would like to see respected all over the world. And also a peaceful world order. We have shared those values, we continue to share those values. And obviously we will continue to cooperate with the new administration. But today, I think a word of gratitude is at hand. Thank you very much for this very close, very intensive cooperation. President Obama, well, thank you so much. It is wonderful to be back in Berlin. This is my 6th visit to Germany. It will not be my last. I have somehow continued to miss Oktoberfest. So that's probably something that is. Better for me to do as a former president rather than as president. I'll have more fun.